What's going on, everybody? Bloodshed here, and in today's video we're going to go over Kanai's Cube. Now, there has been lots and lots of blue posts lately on Kanai's Cube answering questions that we've been asking about how it works and how it functions and this and that. So I thought I'd make a video and explain this all to you. Let's get started. If you don't know, Kanai's Cube is a new crafting system in Diablo. It's going to be unlocked with the Ruins of Sescheron in patch 2.3. This is a system in which you can break down legendary items and gain them as a passive, right? So you can take a sever, break it down, and get a sever passive on your character in addition to your normal passives. And we can get up to 3, and there's 1 per slot. So 1 weapon slot passive, 1 armor slot passive, and 1 jewelry slot passive. Absolutely crazy power spike we're gonna get in the game. Gaining 3 passives, and yeah, it's gonna be absolutely crazy. Now, there are some rules to the system. Passives will always roll maximum, right? So if you find an ancient furnace, it does 40 to 50% damage to elites. But with Kanai's Cube, it's always gonna roll maximum. So so as soon as you break it down, you're gonna get a 50% damage against elites passive on your character, which is you know, bananas. You cannot have 2 of the same passive, so you can't stack the 2 furnaces. You can't, you know, put a furnace on your character and then use the Kanai's Cube furnace passive. So it's gonna allow for more diversity and less cheeseballness. You can only use class specific passives, so you can't grab like a barbarian can't grab a bow from a demon hunter, break it down, and then use that passive. Can't use that. And you only get 1 Kanai's Cube per game type, so you know you have to unlock the cube in all the passives in hardcore, softcore, and seasonal. So yeah, I mean, that's to be expected, I guess. Now, what this does, it's an amazing system, and it frees up lots of slots that we carry for items, right? Like the furnace, for instance. You don't have to use the furnace. You can just use the passive and use whatever item you want. You don't have to carry the Ring of Royal Grandeur on your character. You can use the item. Same thing with like Unity. You know, people have to wear all these items, but now it kind of frees up our slots and adds for more build diversity. We can kind of just, you know, use them as a passive if we really want them. I threw together a few builds here just to kind of see what it would look like. This is like a farming build. So I threw a Burst of Wrath passive up here. That way we get some resource regeneration. And then depending on what I needed, I can use the Goldskin passive, Nemesis Bracers, or the Broken Crown passive. So if you need gems, you throw in the Broken Crown passive, and you're going to be getting, you know, gems every time you find a gem. You're going to be getting another gem. And then I threw the Puzzle Ring just because there's not 2 other, you know, there's not 2 other good farming passives. Same thing here. This is like an AOE farming build. You can, if you want to like be the king of area effect damage, you can throw on a Schaefer's Hammer or like a Sever, or there's lots of weapons that do AOE damage. You can equip that on your weapon skill passive, and then like a Death Watch mantle and an Arc Stone for jewelry. So you can see you can kind of have more customization than we had before. It does free up item slots that we previously had. It's just, I'm so excited to get on the PTR and test this out. I was thinking about a Greater Rift build, like what would be, you know, what would like be the end game Greater Rift build that we would use. And I think, you know, if the furnace is still going to be king if you didn't have one on your character. So the furnace, like Tasker and Theo for my barbarian, or whatever armor slot is good for you. There's other armor slots, like maybe like Gundo gear or something like that you can use for the armor slot. And for jewelry, I think the Stone of Jordan is probably going to be up there in terms of like the Greater Rift, you know, maximum damage build. I was looking at a few stupid builds that would be fun for like a Play Your Way Thursday. The top row is a bovine weapon, because you summon the 3 cows, and then Tasker and Theo for like the pet stuff, and then Nagelring summons the lunatics. So it'll be like a Asmodan kind of build, like a minion centric build. I don't know. I just thought it would be funny to see, like, to maximize all these minions and everything like that. And also like the bottom row is kind of like a support character, because the S of Johan for the jewelry pulls enemies in. The Butcher's Sickle, as you know, pulls enemies in, and the Strong Arm Bracers gives a buff to your party. So there's just lots of things that you can kind of throw together and kind of create your own build. And like I said again, this is Bloodshed. I'm going to be on the PTR. Look forward to more videos based on the PTR and playing with the system when it's released and all that jazz. So if you haven't already, go ahead and sub up, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. If you enjoy somewhat entertaining and moderately relevant videos, well then hit that motherfucking subscribe button.